guess we're on. So I'll call the meeting to order of the Senior Activity Center Commission. You want to rise and do the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, welcome, and we do have a quorum here. And Andrew, if you want to talk, you got to go to the middle. Okay. So, is there any new agenda items? We'll have the one that we talked about. We'll put under the program, social program update. So, I look for approval of the minutes of August 11th. Or
So moved.
is there a second? Any discussion, changes that need to be done? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, minutes approved. So, social program update, Emily?
Sure. So Josh is not with us this morning as he's over at Kiwanis Park getting ready for programming. We did move to Kiwanis Park on September 1st, and a lot of positive feedback. Folks do not miss Roosevelt Park, so that's good news. We have had a couple, I don't want to say like clunks, but just this is our first time now having two rooms at the same time, and so there was one thing where like yoga and bridge are at the same time, and yoga is something that is pretty quiet, and the bridge group are pretty raucous. So starting today, the bridge group is actually going to be at Mead Library in the Roca room, which is the big conference room right when you walk in. So they're happy about that. But our numbers have been building back up again. I think the move to Kiwanis helped, and also we've gotten a lot of really great feedback about Josh as a program coordinator. Folks really like him. And I think too now with fall, we've seen an increase in attendance for programming. We haven't really brought any new programming back since moving, but groups have been able to get into more favorable time slots for them now that we can accommodate multiple programs at the same time.
Okay. I got a question for you, Emily. You've
Yeah.
been here almost 9 months. What are your impressions thus far?
What are my impressions of the organization?
Yeah, and how things are going.
Sure. Well, I'll say first off, I'm surprised that I get to do this as a job and I get paid to do this because it's so much fun. So, yeah, this has been fantastic. There's obviously challenges with the location. It's not ideal that we're kind of working out of multiple places. But I'm just really grateful to be here because this is a lot of fun, and the folks have been really fantastic and super positive, and I think things are only going to continue to get better as we get closer to being in the new building, and yeah.
I know you've talked a lot about learning about what programs are compatible with each other, like
Yeah.
bridge and yoga.
Yeah.
You learned the lesson.
Yeah. So it's been interesting. And I know I hear from a number of people, not directly, but like friends of friends who say, we'll come back when we're in the new building. And I get it. What I'll say, my biggest struggle right now is that I think what we're doing is fantastic and I would love to share it with the world. But the challenge is that the product that we're offering at this time is not ideal. And so it's been a professional and personal challenge to kind of like hold back the reins, because I'd hate to like recruit new people that come see where we're kind of making do now and then have them be frustrated and lose them when it's time to go into the new building. I will say the Friends met yesterday, the Friends of Uptown Social Finance Committee met yesterday to do a preliminary budget look at for the Friends. And it hasn't been approved by the full board yet, which is why the two of you who are board members haven't heard about it. But we are proposing that we have a $20,000 marketing budget for 2022 so that when we do move into the new building, we can have a huge general awareness campaign. So really no one will have an excuse of not knowing who we are or why we exist and like, everyone should know who we are.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited. Coming from the nonprofit world, I've never had a $20,000 marketing budget. I asked for 10 and I thought that was a lot and they were like, let's make it 20.
Great, well.
Yeah.
You know, and whatever we can, the commission can do to support that.
I'm sure that time will come.
Yes.
What I shared in that, with that group was, one of the nice things about having nonprofit status is that we can do a lot of in-kind leveraging. So hopefully, with spending up to $20,000 on that marketing budget, we all can, leverage some in-kind marketing too and really stretch it to be more like a $50,000 general awareness campaign.
Okay. And I think what we can do as a soft marketing is if you're on Facebook right now and just keep sharing and talking about it and other things, keep talking it up. So, very good. At this point, I think, we had talked about, Emily and I, and she brought up that we need to consider, changing our name of the commission. So, well, I guess my question is, do we want to change it to, consider the Uptown Social Commission? Or do we want to think about actually, with their expanded role, change it to like Senior Services Commission? So, I mean, that's something that, we should discuss. Because, yes,
Yeah, I would really recommend the Senior Services Commission myself. I think it really leaves the door open to a broad spectrum of ways that we can be active with Uptown Social as well as just on behalf of the city.
right, and I think it'll mirror more of Emily's position, right,
Yes.
Emily?
Yes.
So I would entertain a motion, because I believe this would have to go to the city council, but I entertain a motion to recommend to the city council that we change the name to the Senior Services Commission.
Second that motion?
Yeah.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to change the name, to recommend to change the name to Senior Service Commission. Discussion.
I would just add that I think however, I think the city council knows, but that name does reflect more accurately our role and the role of the.
Right, no, I would concur.
Right,
Especially now that we're gonna be working on a livability plan
yes.
to do that. So with that, any more discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same signs? Okay, motion carried. So we will, I guess we have to figure out how we're gonna do this. Emily, maybe you can talk to Ryan
Yeah,
or
I'll talk
Todd or-
to Carrie
Yeah.
about where we need to go from here.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good. Thanks. Okay, any building updates you wanna share?
Sure. Well, since last time, the good news is that the plans have passed the state. That just happened last week. So my understanding is that Director Biebel of the Department of Public Works will be sending the project out for bids, I think, next week. So hopefully we will have a contractor signed on soon and can get rolling. The funding for phase one, which is the 2.7 million CDBG loan, has not been finalized yet, so we're still working through that process, but they feel comfortable going to bid.
Okay, very
Yeah.
good. That's exciting news.
Yeah.
Do
So
we
I think
still-
once we have a contractor and we know when we can start construction, then we'll have a better idea of when we can actually move in. For budgeting purposes for the city, in the budget I put together, I picked July 1st as a move-in date just for ease of budgeting purposes to plan for like 50% wherever we are and 50% there. So
Okay.
Really?
I officially on the record am shrugging.
Yeah. Does the question, Emily, and I should know this, does the Friends budget year coincide with the city?
It does,
Okay.
So it's January to December, and the city's budget process takes longer
Right.
for obvious reasons, because it's a big budget. So The city is requiring for 2022 that each department maintains a zero increase budget with the exception of personnel. So taking all the personnel-related expenses out, everything else that's in our budget, if there's an increase somewhere, we have to find another place to decrease it. So it was a little complicated trying to guess what our expenses are gonna be in the new building, but we made it work and it's not officially passed yet.
Okay,
but
great,
That's
thanks.
moving.
Okay. Any other questions or comments about the building? Okay, Sheboygan Livability Plan. I have to admit, other than looking at it, I haven't done much with it, but, you got any updates?
Sure. So, for those who weren't with us last time, we walked through it line by line. And that was kind of our first time sort of reviving it in the ashes of the pandemic. So there are a few things we're working on, most notably Josh mainly is working on setting up, I forget what we called it in here, but basically like a pop-up listening session for residents that isn't necessarily just for older adults, but for anyone. So, and that would include the planning and development department. So Josh is working with Chad on
Okay.
setting a date. We're thinking November, sometime in November, obviously in early November. But thinking about a location where we can accommodate a good number of people, but also do it safely and, more fun than like council chambers, for
That's what we did
example.
when we were building the plan. We
Yeah.
had meetings around like at Glass and the library and a few other places.
Okay.
when we were creating the plan, so.
Yeah, so I can write down the library, but any other suggestions for spots that you think might be, if we shoot for like 50 to 100 people to come and participate?
Well, possibly, one of the schools that, if it's an evening. Because we did have the schools as part of our original plan, talking, being involved with them, so those are some places.
Yeah.
Churches we've used, so,
Yeah, because there was one day, I think in August, that we had some of our programming here at City Hall, which I thought was really fun, but we did get some feedback from folks that they were not comfortable coming to City Hall to hang out, so. I don't know why, I think it's beautiful,
yeah,
It's a beautiful room.
scary place, right?
apparently.
Someone told me it was haunted, I don't know.
I haven't experienced anything
Oh,
weird,
okay.
not compared to when I was at the Children's Museum. That building is definitely haunted.
So, okay, anything else on the livability plan? What, just keep that in mind, because it's gonna be a big role of ours, especially with this, as we change our focus to include all services within the city. So, if you haven't, keep that plan in front of you. So, anything else? Well,
Did you want to say anything about a proposed new commission member?
oh, yeah, we have a potential new member that's gonna be brought before the mayor for appointment. And so, you wanna mention who it is?
Sure. Actually, Judge Natasha Torrey has expressed interest in serving on the commission. She's obviously the municipal court judge with the city, but also does some private practice and has volunteered with our organization off and on over the years. And we're working on getting her back into the fold for some pro bono basic legal counsel for our members. And also some other programming. She just wants to get more
So what-
involved with
Yeah.
us.
So once the mayor recommends, we'll vote on it, and then it goes to the council. So,
Yeah.
Good addition.
yeah, so. Okay, and we're still looking for a couple commission members, so if you know anyone who you think would be great on the commission to fill out terms, let myself or Emily know. So with that, I will ask for a Oh, the next meeting is November 17th, 2021 at 8 AM.
Before I screw up the scheduling again, does that work for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay,
Got it on my calendar.
thank you.
With that, I will accept a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second?
Okay, with a motion and a second to adjourn, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, well, thank you. Nice brief meeting, but I like those, and we still did accomplish stuff. So, have a great day.
Thank you.